Have a look of this page. This is page 6 of your student book. Closely observe the skeleton. I guess you people get the idea about skull. You people get the idea about the humerus, ribs, radius, and ulna. Yes. Now come down toward the lower body part. In the lower body part, this portion, we call it pelvis. What we call it? Pelvis. Once again, repeat with me. This portion called pelvis. Pelvis is a bone where our two legs are joined. We call it a hip bone also. In the simple words, we call it a hip bone. And this bone basically help us in the movement. Once again, repeat with me. The pelvic bone or the pelvis, it's very important bone where our two leg bones are joined and it helps us in the movement. So basically this portion is again very important. Why it's very important? Because it's protecting this hard bone that we call pelvis. It's protecting again our gallbladder and all the systems which are down. Okay, now come down. This large bone. This, in the simple word, we call it thigh bone. What we call it? Thigh bone. Thigh bone is starting from the hip. Thigh bone is starting from this hip joint, and it ends here on this kneecap. Where it ends? It's end here on this kneecap. One very important good information about it, that this we call femur. What we call it? Femur. And yes, the thing to remember here is that femur is the largest bone of our body. Which is the largest bone of our body? Yes, femur is the largest bone of our body. Now come down. Have a look at this portion. Here you are able to see a patella. This patella, it is present at the kneecap, and it's like acting like a movable joint, because from the upper side it is joining femur with the downward bone that we call tibia. And basically this patella, it's a joint. It is a bone which is helping the movement of the kneecap. Once again, it is helping the movement of the kneecap. Now come down toward the lower leg. In the lower leg, again, two bones are present. What we call it? In the lower leg, two bones are present. The outer bone, we call it fibula. What we call it? Fibula. The inner bone, the inner side bone, we call it tibia. What we call it? Tibia. Okay. Now have a look of the front side of the skeleton. Once again, repeat with me. From the front sides, which bones are more visible? We call it skull. We call it humerus. We call it ribs, radius, ulna, pelvis, femur, patella, tibia, and fibula. Now come on the back side of your skeleton. Okay, once again, from the back side, it's a hard shell. That is a hard upper bone on the head side. We call it skull. Again, the shoulder bone, it's very visible from the back side also. Humerus is also there. Now come down here. This is a new bone. This is very important bone. We call it spine. What we call it? Spine. Spine, in other words, we call it the backbone. I think so you people are must familiar with the word backbone. Yes, this spine, this whole spine, it starts from the ending point of the skull, and it goes down till pelvis. This whole portion that we call spine. It's also called you can say vertebral column, and this is very important bone because it is giving the support to many other bones. If you have a look, it is giving the support to many other bones. How it's giving us a support? It is basically holding the skull with it. It is joining the shoulder bone with the ribs with it. It is, you can say, at the ending of this, you can say vertebral column or the spine, it is having the connection with the pelvis. So we can say that this spine, the whole spine is holding or giving the support to the upper part of the body as well as to the lower parts of the body. So this is one additional point which we can easily see from the back side. Okay, then once again repeat with me. Radius is also there, ulna is there, then pelvis is there, femur, the longest thigh bone, we call it femur, then tibia is there, and the fibula is there. Okay, hope that you people are able to identify each and every bone of our body. Okay,